What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flight Simming with D at D Sims Corner on Facebook and YouTube. And today we are jumping in the new updated Honda Jet. Not new, but it's updated. Actually, it is a new variant, the E2, which now it has auto throttle, which is very cool. And it has the new paint scheme or whatever. I'm using a different paint scheme though, but it gives you the new all that E2 jet black livery. So we're gonna jump in here and do a quick flight. There it is. After the update, man, a lot of major changes.
Okay.
One of those being a revamped VNav. You got a lot of constraints now work better. The glide scope was improved. You know what I'm saying? The capture of the localizer was also improved. As well as the altitude capture and a whole bunch of other bits and pieces of the autopilot has been rewritten, man. And let me tell you, Marwan did a phenomenal job. This plane was great to fly when it first came out, but now it's just a whole different beast, man. It's amazing. So this is update 1.0.7, and we're gonna take it up, man. We're gonna take it up for a flight. Plenty of videos out there further explaining the updates. You know, I don't do that because I don't know how to explain things. my YouTube channel is definitely not an instructional channel. It's a check out me flying these planes type of channel. You know, so that's what we do here. All right, so we're in Tallahassee, and we are going to fly over to Palm Beach. And so it should be about an hour flight in Florida here. So we're going to take her up, going up to like 25,000. And make that, we're going to use an ILS approach on this one. So we'll see how that goes. So let's get everything ready, man, and we'll get up in the air.
November 40 Sierra Bravo, push back and start up approved. Push back and start up approved. November 420 Sierra Bravo. 2448, contact Pensacola Tower 119.9. Contact Tower 119.9, 2448. Contact Albany Tower 120.25 6327. Tallahassee, ground 31905, parking 18, request taxi.
Ground 2448, runway vacated with Alpha.
248, continue taxi by Alpha.
Continue taxi by Alpha 2448.
5758, contact Ktlh Tower 133.905.
Contact Ktlh Tower 133.905 5758.
Jacksonville ground 8004, parking full, request taxi. 8004, taxi to holding point, runway 05 via Bravo. Taxi to holding point, runway 05 via Bravo 8004. Contact Jacksonville Tower 118.3. Contact Jacksonville Tower 118.
So I realized what was the major cause of my stuttering. You know, it's one of those things where you have to like go through the whole trial and error through many different apps. It's amazing that when you're doing this flight siming, how many apps you got open that are third-party apps that you're using. You know what I'm saying? Using the FS HUD, you're using the FS LTL, and I have the First Officer Next open. It's insane, right? So it's like trying to figure out what's causing the stuttering, and I finally narrowed it down to FS HUD. Unfortunately, that was causing the ridiculous amount of stuttering. Yesterday, I was doing a flight in the Phoenix, and I was flying up actually to out of LAX to Portland, and man, the stuttering was bad. Like midway through the flight, and I just started to mess around and try to figure out what's going on. And once I was like, let me shut off FS HUD. And once I shut FS HUD, man, it was smooth as silk. It's crazy, man. So unfortunately, FS HUD is causing some issues. I'm hoping we get an update that kind of fixes it. I reached out and let them know, you know. But again, you know, everybody's different, and I mean, my thing could be a combination of things that could be causing some kind of conflict with FS HUD. So hopefully they'll fix it. At least I have Pilot to ATC as a backup. That doesn't seem to be causing any stuttering, so we'll use that for the time being. But I do love FS HUD. I do love its UI, but you know, we'll see if an update fixes the situation. But anyways, here we are, runway 18, and we are going to take off.
Contact Tallahassee Tower 118.7 November 420 Sierra Bravo.
So the way this new auto throttle works is that you set the flight level change selector to FMS, and you spool up the engines just a bit, and then hit the AT button there on the autopilot panel, and it takes over the throttles by itself, and you're off. So I mean, this is pretty cool, and this is pretty accurate to the real plane. So very cool what he added on here. Part of the E2 variant, and I'm trying to stay on the runway here, and off we go. So we are now on our way up. I gotta say, that's gotta be my best takeoff in the H-Jet to date. I mean, I've only flown this bird a handful of times, but that's gotta be my best one. I'm digging this new update, the new implementation of the VNav and the auto throttle. Love it, man. This might be, I might be flying this on the channel regularly. Look at that view. You see some stuttering there, but what can you do? It was bad a few weeks ago. And now that I realize that it was FS HUD, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love FS HUD. I hope they find the fix. I'm not trying to bash the software. I'm not saying it's a bad. It's just, for me, it's just been causing major stuttering. And I'm not the only one. You know, I went on to the Reddit forums, and a lot of people have been having problems. And I understand FS HUD support trying to help out and saying change these settings, that settings. I've done that. Still major stuttering. So unfortunate. But I do have a very good backup. Just as good as FS HUD in Pilot to ATC, is just more configuring, more involved than FS HUD. FS HUD makes it easy to set up and get it going. So we'll be using Pilot to ATC until hopefully there's a fix. But anyways, man, there's been a lot of drama this week in the flight simming world, and I never thought I'd say that. Drama in the flight simming world, with the new Embraer 175 coming out, man. You know, with back and forth from you have the false advertising party that is saying, you know, that these folks that are promoting the, well, first of all, Aerosoft got in the middle of it because they offered it on their website. You know, on top of Aerosoft being a developer, they also have a marketplace, right? So people think that because it's offered on Aerosoft that it belongs to Aerosoft, and that's not the case. So Aerosoft was getting in the middle of this. You know, people were blaming Aerosoft, and but they're not even a developer of this plane. It's some small developer that is working on the Embraer, promised in-depth systems or whatever on their page, or made it seem like it was, and nowhere close. It's, you know, it's. I mean, I think it's, by what I've seen in the videos and the reviews, it's a lot less than early access, right? It's like, hey, let's just make this 3D model and put some systems in it and send it on its way. So there's been a lot of drama between the false advertising camp to the, you know, hey, cut this dude a break camp. You know, it says early access. I myself, I've bought a few early access things, but you got to go in with early access. You got to go in with, you know, doing your research and knowing that if you buy early access, don't even hope for it to get to where you want it to be. Just if you're buying early access, to enjoy it the way it is at that moment. So that's why you have to do your research and reviews. You know, because there's some early access stuff that, you know, you're like, hey man, this is usable. It's great. It's just, and you know, anything other more improvement will be a bonus. And then there's other early access stuff that's like, yo, this is unbearable. Like this is unusable, right? It seems like the Embraer 175 is the latter. So it's just been drama. I know that and I'm not going to mention any names because I enjoy following these people's channels, and there's been a lot of bashing of them, and I'm not getting into that because I am a lowly YouTuber who's just doing this for fun. So, but yeah, there's been bashing on the Embraer 175. It's been funny because you're like, all the drama, and it's just flight simming. I mean, I get people take it serious. I take it serious as well. I enjoy it. It's a hobby. People are passionate, but just the fighting, it's hilarious in the comment section, no less. Yeah, it's been funny, man. I'm gonna hold off. I was happy to see an Embraer because there's so many flight. See, that's the thing with me, right? The way I try to follow reality is I do real flight plans with real planes to real places, right? So, there's a lot of flights, like regional flights, that I would like to do that I could do with the CRJ, but the Embraer, a lot of airlines use the Embraer 175, the 195. So it'd be dope to like do those flights, right? But it's not to be yet. We'll see how it improves. It might be a year before that thing is even, who knows? Depending on how fast the developer wants to get this, so they could sell more units. But another, disappointing news that I saw. Shout out to Overkill who posted a video about this. But Melviz, one of my favorite developers, Melviz, kind of put the axe to the ATR that they were developing. But in the other hand, the good news is that Microsoft is working with someone else to bring it to the sim. So we'll see. If Melviz found it not to do it, they probably figured, hey, we're going to get a good study leveled ATR from Microsoft and whoever they're working with. Kind of like what they did with any builds in the A310. So we'll see. Hopefully that's one of the surprises. Because Microsoft developers mentioned, and if you look at the future roadmap, there's a couple surprises in the future later on this year. Maybe an ATR is in the, like they did with the A310, throws a free ATR. That'd be awesome. Which is maybe why Melviz backed off, because maybe Melviz is like, well, can't compete in a sense where that's going to be free and we're going to be charging whatever it is it costs to develop, right? I mean, because an ATR by Melviz, I couldn't see them not charging less than $50 at the minimum. So, maybe that was the case, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I would love to have an ATR, one of those dash, what is it, Dash 4s. Pilot Emil flies one. I'm a big fan of Pilot Emil. Pilot Emily. I always say Emil. Pilot Emily. Big fan of hers. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've been catching up. I follow, shout out to Overkill who keeps us up to date on the news. Follow his channel if you want all the latest stuff. His channel's been growing. He was hacked a few weeks ago, so I'm glad he's back. And I think we're in cruising speed. I've been rambling. I haven't been paying attention. If you notice that I film these flights first and then I do the voiceover, I mean, I'm sure whoever watches my channel has noticed. So, but anyways, yeah, man. So that's what it is, man. That's the drama in flight sim world. There's drama everywhere. You try to get into flight sim to get away from the drama, and you got drama. That's just human nature, right? But anyways, man, let's make our way towards Palm Beach, and see how we land. I'm hoping this one's a good landing. It was a good takeoff. Let's make it a good landing. So another plane that I'm going to be getting into probably in the next video is one of the ones that got a small little update with the AAU1 update, and that's the TBM 930. I know I was using the improvement mod for a while, and it kind of broke a few times, so I kind of gave up on it and kind of stopped flying the plane altogether. So I think I'm going to revisit that plane. I enjoyed it in the beginning when I started flight simming. It was one of my favorite planes before I got third party, like the Kodiak and the Piper. So yeah, so it's I'm gonna jump into that, see how it is, man, with the the new and improved G3000 in the system. So we're gonna see, man. It's gonna be cool jumping back into that one in the sim. So Look at that view. I'm so happy that I figured out why all my stuttering was going on, and the sim has been so much smoother, man. It's a shame it was a FS HUD, and hopefully they fix it, man. I really do enjoy more than Pilot T. Don't get me wrong, they're both great apps. It's all preference. Pilot T ATC is a very powerful app, and it's a very good one, and one that gets frequently updated and improved. So I just love the ease and the use of FS HUD. Less clicks, less input to set it up. So hopefully we get an update on that. Look at those clouds. I'm telling you, man. I keep saying that. I probably say it in every video. The graphics, the view. It's amazing. I'm kind of itching, and I really don't want to do it. Get into X-Plane 12. Being that I've never used X-Plane at all. When I started simming, it was automatically 2020 that I'm a true newbie. So, I can't be the type that says I came from FSX or, any other flight sim out there. Except for Airline Commander on the mobile phone. That's what kind of got me into wanting to get into flight sim. So, but yeah, it's just the graphics and Microsoft 2020 is just incredible. People want to complain about this or that about the sim, but you can't touch the graphics, man, and just the satellite imagery and all that. It's incredible. Right now, we're making our way towards West Palm Beach, an airport that I've actually flown into in real life many times. I would do a conference in the Breakers, very bougie resort. I remember every year I go there the day before. We get in the day before, and the Ferrari show would actually be at that hotel. They would use the hotel grounds to, post up all these Ferraris, classic Ferraris, current. I mean, it was just, you could smell the money. So it was a cool experience. I was the one guy that was walking through the lobby of this, high class resort with a big gulp and a big bite that I got from the 7-Eleven up the street. People would just give me looks. But anyways, man, we are making our way towards Palm Beach. Love the H-Jet. This update's been incredible. So now that we're on our approach here, I just want to give thanks to all those that watch the videos. The heads have subscribed to the channel, and again, I always try to subscribe back. So I appreciate that. Love to see the channel. You know, I'm loving seeing the channel grow little by little, one person at a time. But you know, it's cool. Get to network with some folks. People comment on the videos. The few that do, I appreciate y'all for your input and your comments and your questions. I try to do my best. I'm not the most knowledgeable in the sim yet, but you know, if there's a question that you have, I could try to get you the answer. I will. Only because, you know, I would expect that from somebody who I seek, you know, some advice or information from in regards to this hobby. So, you know, I always try to pay it forward. So, but anyways, I appreciate everybody subscribing and hitting the likes. You know, again, you know, this is just to journal my experiences and my you know, my growth in the flight sim area, in the arena, I guess I should say. It should be an arena with all the you know what I'm saying, Embraer drama that's been going on, but yeah, but you know, just to document my you know, my journeys, I guess, right? My pilot miles, my sim pilot miles. Too bad my eyes are too bad to ever be pursue being a real pilot. Too old and my eyes are too bad. So, you know what I'm saying? This is the next best thing. There was two things that growing up that I wanted to be that you know, it just wasn't in the cards. Was be a long haul trucker. Now I got American Truck Simulator for that, and being a pilot, right? Well, three things: astronaut, and I lost out of that qualification in 8th grade when I was too tall. So yeah, and being a pilot, you know what I mean. So, you know, thanks to technology and these great simulators, you can try to live out that dream, even if it's you know, make believe. But anyways, man, appreciate y'all. Appreciate those that subscribed and you know, hit liked on the channel. And there's Palm Beach right in front of us, if you can see right through those clouds. So we are going to make our final approach.
Descend and maintain 2000, November 420 Sierra Bravo. Cleared ILS, approach at 2000, runway 10 left, report established on runway.
Look at how pretty that view is. I love flying in the sim around the 3 to 5 o'clock time, you know, time slot, only because of just the way the sun is starting to set, and just that just really shows the beauty of the sim, man. Just the colors. And you know, they may say it looks a little washed or whatever, but I mean, I like the way it is. I mean, to me it looks legit, you know. I know some people, they watch it, yo, is that real? Like, they can't even decipher if it's real or not, you know. So I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. But let's get this plane down on the ground in one piece, right?
2000.
November 420 Sierra Bravo, wind 103 at 10 knots, clear to land 10 left.
Clear to land 10 left. November 420 Sierra Bravo.
One thousand. $500. $400. $300. $200. Minimum autopilot. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
All right, man, we landed, man. Not the greatest, but not the worst. You know what I'm saying? Just need to keep practicing, right? I mean, with anything, just need to keep practicing and get better at it. But again, HJet update 1.0.7, phenomenal. Plane keeps getting better. If you haven't gotten this plane, get it. Definitely worth getting it. Awesome plane. Just make sure you get it outside of the market. I got this one in the marketplace, so I have to wait longer for the updates. You can now purchase it, I think, outside of the marketplace. Get it outside the marketplace, you'll get the updates a lot faster. But all in all, a great plane, and definitely be flying this more in and out of regional airports. So, anyways, man, thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.